Hi, everybody. Welcome to week two. This week we're talking about fundamentals of physical fitness, and this week we're starting exercise. So, surprise if you haven't picked up on it in the last week, we do exercise in this course. And I do want to tell you that that component of this course is the one thing that has been very loved in the last couple of years of teaching this course. So that's the one main steady compliment that I get about this course is that everyone loves the exercise component and they love the different options that are afforded to them through this class. So I hope that you enjoy it and I hope that you get something out of it. Please watch that video and kind of go along with the exercises if you haven't been exercising in a while or if you are new to exercise, then please watch those videos and then pay close attention to the fundamentals of exercise because I really don't want you to get hurt throughout this semester. So take the time to watch those videos and then in your introduction, or not your introduction, but your discussion board, make sure that you share something that was of value or something that you already knew. So exercise starts this week. Really excited to see how you guys take exercise and learn from it and grow from it. And then this week we also have your behavior change contract, which please watch that separate video. I really want to spend extra time with you on that video, so watch that separate video, please. And then for this video, we're going to talk about week two and the PowerPoint and the quiz. So if you haven't watched the PowerPoint yet, please do so and please come back to us. If you have, you see the information that we have this week and some highlights that I really want to focus on are the difference between physical activity and exercise. Those phrases and terms get used synonymously when they are not synonymous. So exercise is a very specific action, whereas physical activity is more or less your ability to move. So physical activity would be walking to your car from the grocery store, it would be cleaning, it would be vacuuming, it would be walking the dog or, walking along while your kids ride bikes, those sorts of things. Another example would be gardening, anything along those terms that's not planned, it's not structured, it's not intended to get your heart rate up for you to sweat and activate the muscles in your heart to work. Exercise, again, is planned, structured behavior, so things that you would have to plan in advance to do, such as weightlifting, swimming, playing basketball, going to the gym to do a HIIT training workout. All of those things you have to plan through. Weight training, we have to have weights, we have to know what we're doing, we have to have a set schedule. Those things are, again, planned and structured. Something else that's really important to talk about is your skill-related versus your health-related fitness. So your skill-related was things like agility, balance, and your health-related fitness are things like your cardiorespiratory endurance, your strength, your flexibility, and your body composition. So all of those encompass your health-related types of fitness, and those are very important because they go into your overall health. So skill-related fitness does not affect or directly affect your overall health, whereas the health-related skills do. Then again, some other things that I want to talk about are your FIT principle, which was mentioned pretty regularly in your PowerPoint. So FIT principle stands for frequency, intensity, time, and type. And we always want to address the FIT principle before we do any type of activity, so that way we know how long do I have, how intense do I want to go, and how frequently do I want to do this. And then again, ACSM guidelines are very, very important, and they tell us kind of how often we should be exercising and how much we should be doing. So if we're talking about moderate exercise, we should be doing 3 to 5 days of cardio every week and 2 to 3 days of strength training with 2 to 3 days of flexibility training. If we're doing vigorous, those numbers change, so it's more or less, 2 to 3 days of cardio, 1 to 2 days of strength training. It just depends on the type of training that you're doing. But we do want to get 3 to 5 days, 150 minutes per week of cardiorespiratory activity for us to be meeting those standard guidelines. And what that might look like is, 3 to 5 days of cardio, going for a run, 2 to 3 days of going to the gym to lift, 2 days of yoga. Those are just some examples of how we can meet those guidelines. Then the other thing that I really want to again drive home and address that was from that PowerPoint is the difference between sprain and strain. Again, those words get used synonymously. Sometimes PTs use them or OTs. Not often OTs, but more PTs or orthos, and we're not really sure what they're saying. Sprain, strain, it's all the same to us, right? I mean, but it's really not the same. So a sprain is when we're stretching or tearing ligaments, and a strain is when we're stretching or tearing muscle tissue. And so, like I said in the PowerPoint, it's a much bigger deal for us to be experiencing a sprain because we're stretching or tearing ligaments, and ligaments are small, right? They're the things that attach from bone to bone. So the ACL is a ligament, and you stretch or tear that, and it's a really long recovery time. Whereas if we stretch or tear our quad muscle, it's a little bit of a shorter recovery time because we have more fibers for them to repair together versus that sprain, which can't exactly repair itself because it's either snapped or it's just going to take a longer period of time for it to repair because it's a singular fiber. Whereas again, the muscle, quad, things of that are a large amount of fibers that are coming together that have the greater capacity to repair itself. So that's the difference between sprain and sprain and a sprain, sprain and a strain. And those are the main components of week 2 that I really want you to focus on. Again, physical activity and exercise are different. So make sure that when you hear your friends saying those words synonymously, you tell them, hey, they're actually different, and you explain why. So that's week 2. Again, your quiz, you have 2 attempts. You can use your notes if you want to. Your highest grade is recorded. And if you ever have any questions, make sure you reach out to me. I'm always here to answer any questions.